महादेव की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये। हर 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 महादेव शंभो। श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका। जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका। हे शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका। हे शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका। गजवदना गौरी नंदन गजवदना गौरी नंदन गजवदना गौरी नंदन गजवदना गौरी नंदन। गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन। जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका। जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका। जय जय विघ्न विनाशका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका। बोले गणपति भगवान की जय। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम प्रभाकराय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओमादित्याय विद्महे मार्तण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम अश्वध्वजाय विद्महे पद्महस्ताय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। श्री सूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः। आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः प्रभाकराय नमः। भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय। श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय दिवाकराय नमः। श्री सूर्याय आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। भगवान श्री कृष्ण, he is the 8th incarnation. He is the 8th avatar of Bhagavan Narayan, perhaps the most colorful, very unique, and what we call a complete form of the Lord. He came to establish Dharma. He came with a no-nonsense approach. He established himself as God. He took nonsense from no one. He just lived his life dominating. And to that Krishna this morning we bow, because he's called Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram. Everything about him is sweet. The way he walks, his expression, his facial expression, his words, everything sweet. To that Krishna we bow this morning. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanurmardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram. Hridayam Madhuram Gamanam Madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam Madhuram. Madhuradhipaterakhilam. Vachanam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Vasanam Madhuram Valitam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Brahmitam Madhuram मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं वेणु मधुरो रेणु मधुरा पानिर्मधुरः पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भोक्तं मधुरं सुखं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। भगवान श्री राम, seventh avatar of the Lord, came to show us all that life, although it is the most blessed thing we could experience in the form of life, it is filled with pleasures and it is also filled with challenges. And regardless of what challenges we face in life, we must understand that we are equipped to deal with them. We have faith in Bhagwan, and the Lord has faith in our abilities. It is to Bhagwan Shri Ram that we bow this morning, seeking his blessings. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Shri Ramchandra Kripalu Bhaj Man Haran Bhav Bhai Daru Nav Kanj Lochan Kanj Mukh Kar Kanj Pad Kanjarunam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Kandar Ganit Amit Chhavi Navneer Neeraj Sundaram Pad Peet Manahu Tarit Ruchi Shuchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Bhaju Deen Bandhu Dinesh Danav Daitya Vansh Nikanjanam Raghunand Anand Kand Koshal सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु दार अंग विभूषण आजानु भुज सर चाप धर संग्राम जित कर दूषण श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मन रंजनम मम हृदय कंज निवास कुरु कामादिकल दल गंजनम श्री राम 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 श्री सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. And to the eternal servant, the strongest among all beings, Hanumanji Maharaj. Om Ham Hanumate Namaha. Om Ham Hanumate Namaha. Om Ham Hanumate Namaha. ओम अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलाबदेहं दनुजवन कृशानुं ज्ञानिनां मृगगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये. श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये. वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति 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 वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति. दास मारुति रामदास मारुति दास मारुति रामदास मारुति दास मारुति रामदास मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति. भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति. बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय. To the divine Ma Durga, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, they are no stranger to us. There are times in life when our physical body runs out of energy. No matter what you try to do, you find that physically you can't do it anymore. You're full of, you have strength, but you know what? There's a lack of courage to do anything. You have a lack of courage to face life. There's a lack of courage to do something. And that is when strength will fail us, when our body will fail us, we call upon Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. That is when you call upon, you don't call upon the body anymore. Body has failed you. It is telling you that I've eaten enough, I use up the energy, but I feel I cannot move anymore. So what do? Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita. You call upon the mother. You sit in front of her and you pray. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti. Ma, manifest yourself in front of me as Shakti. And most importantly, manifest yourself inside of me as Shakti. Inside of me as Shakti. What does Shakti means? Shakti is beyond the physical power. Shakti is not strength anymore. Shakti is beyond the physical powers. Shakti will come. Shakti is the supreme energy. When your hand and your feet and your neck and everything will fail you, we call upon Shakti Rupe. Manifest yourself, Mother, inside of our life, not outside, inside our life, inside my body as Shakti. And you can say that as your sadhana. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupe Nasanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. You can recite that how many times you want to let it be part of you. Because, friends, as much as this body is the greatest form of life on this earth, as much as this body is the highest form of life on this earth, this body has limitations. This body has limitations, many limitations. That is why we need the divine intervention. That's why sometimes we say, when everything goes wrong, we need a divine intervention. Because only the divine can provide such support in our life. This morning, let us pray to Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. Ma Durga, may she always be the source of strength in your life. May Ma Saraswati always be the one who refines your speech. Before you speak, you must think. You know, what have I always said in the temple here? That there's a way the Lord constructs our head the way it is. The brain is on top and the mouth is at the bottom. It means use your brain first and use the mouth at last. But I think today we twist the head upside down, you know. Upside down like this, we use the mouth first and the brain after. No. Use the thinking. She is the intellect. And use the speech at last. May she purify your intellect, and may Ma Lakshmi always allow you to prosper. May she allow you to be happy at all times. Let us give thanks and praise to the Devis. Om Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutarti Harini Jai Sarvagate Devi Kalratri Namostute. Bole Shri Durga Mata ki जय। ओम श्री महालक्ष्म्ये नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्म्ये नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्म्ये नमः। ओम लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुख संपदा मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते अस्तु महामाया श्रीपीते सुरपूजिते शंखचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवै सदा वन्दिता। सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाध्यापः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती माता की जय। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ओ नारायणी नमोस्तुते। 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 ओ नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके। शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। प्रसीद वैष्णवी रूपे नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते ओ नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री जगदम्बिका माता की जय। बोले उमापति महादेव की जय। Few weeks, about a month now, we have changed up a slight format of our service. Usually at this time we will do the Shiv Puja, bathe Shivji and so on, and then everybody will come off of milk and so on. But we have changed that up a little bit. We do all the pujas now in the early morning. So at 8:30 in the morning we do the full Rudrabhishekam of Shivji. That takes about half hour, 45 minutes. We want to improve a little bit and change things up, so that changes are good as long as it's meant to enhance you. So we do that in the early mornings now, full Rudrabhishekam. Shivji is dressed up, the energy level is raised. So when people come, if you want to come that early to participate in the puja, it's not too early. It's very good for blessings. So we do that early in the morning. So everybody come now, you will offer your flowers and so on to Shiva. But it's a beautiful form of the Lord Mahadev, the Lingam. The Lingam has no face, it has no hands, no head, no feet, no navel, no eyes, no nose, no nothing, no anything. But what is important is when your devotion can manifest. When your devotion manifests, it will reflect upon the Lord. When your devotion is beautiful, then the lingam will be beautiful because it will reflect upon the lingam. It's a unique form of the Lord, which He's telling us in this form, I can be whatever you want me to be. I can be a stone without anything and I'll be happy. If you want to put on a tripund, the tilak on me, and put a dhoti on me, I'll be happy, as I was before without it. If you want to put bilwa patra on my head, and bhasma on my body, and chandan on my body, I'll be happy. If you want to put a dhoti on me, I will be happy. If you want to put a sari on me, I'll be happy as well. That's what they do in Vrindavan at Gopeshwar. They dress the Lord with a sari. He says, I'll be happy. His form is very unique, the Shiv Lingam. Whatever you want to make Him, you make Him, as long as it is an expression of devotion. We'll just chant the Lingashtakam. The Lingashtakam is written 8 verses. Lingatapa Vidivata Kara Puja, worshipping the Lingam, helps us to become closer with our Creator. It burns away our negative karmas and it allows us to create new positive karmas in our life. After the Lingashtakam, all of you will come on the altar for your darshan. You'll bring your prasad, your flowers. If you don't have flowers, please visit the puja store. You can pick up your flower there. And then you'll come and offer your flowers, your prasad, your dakshina, whatever on the altar in the way you always do. Bole Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Vande Deva Umapatim Sura Gurum Vande Jagat Karanam Vande
Pannagabhushanam Mrigadharam Vande Pashunamatim Vande Surya Shashankava Rinayanam Vande Vande Bhakta Janashrayam Varadam शूलं वज्रं च खड्गं परशुभभयदं दक्षिणाङ्गे महादं
नागं पाशं च घण्टादमरुकसहितं चाकुशं वामभागे
नानालङ्कारयुक्तं स्फटिकमणिनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि।
ॐ नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। बोले उमापति महादेव की जय। ब्रह्ममुरारिसुराचितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषित शोभितलिङ्गं ब्रह्ममुरारिसुराचितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषित शोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदोषविनाशकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं देवमुनि प्रवराचितलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं सर्वसुगन्धसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिवेशितशोभितलिङ्गं दक्षसुयज्ञविनाशकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं देवगणाचितसेवितलिङ्गं भावैर्भक्तिभिरेव च लिङ्गं दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं ओ अष्टदलोपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमोद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं सुरगुरुसुरवनपूजितलिङ्गं सुरवनपुष्पसदाचितलिङ्गं परात् परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं 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 तत् प्रणमामि Umarpati Mahadev ki jai. Bhajans now. Everybody is invited on the altar. Again, if you don't have flowers, please visit the puja store, pick up some there. And please bring your flowers, your prasad and everything on the altar. You know what to do, the usual stuff. Thank you.
हे शेषशयन नारायण हे शेषशयन नारायण वीरवरण नारायण वीरवरण नारायण हे शेषशयन नारायण हे शेषशयन नारायण शयन नारायण हे शेष शयन नारायण वीरवरन नारायण वीरवरन नारायण वीरवरन नारायण.
शाम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी पुकारे राधाना लोग करे मीरा तो यो ही बदना. शाम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी शाम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी पुकारे राधाना लोग करे मीरा तो यो ही बदना लोग करे मीरा तो यो बदना. शाम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी चैया जिसका कही है कहो कृष्ण कन्हैया. जमुना की लहरे की बंसी बज की चैया जिसका नहीं है बोलो कृष्ण कन्हैया. शाम का दीवाना का दीवाना तू सारा ब्रिज धाम लोक करे मीरा तो यू बदना लोक करे मीरा तो यू बदना. शाम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी जिसका मन भावे वो उसी के गुण गाए। कौन जाने बांसुरिया जिसका बुलाए, जिसका मन भावे वो उसी के गुण गाए। कौन काली भंसी कौन नहीं बंसी तो धुन का गुलाम। राधा का भी श्याम वो तो मीरा का भी, राधा का भी श्याम वो तो मीरा का भी श्याम। श्याम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी। श्याम तेरी बंसी कन्हैया तेरी बंसी। तू सारा ब्रजना लोग करे मीरा तो यूं बदना। राधा का भी श्याम वो तो मीरा का भी श्याम। राधा का भी श्याम वो तो मीरा का भी श्याम। राधा का भी श्याम वो तो मीरा का भी श्याम।
बोले उमापति महादेव की जय। We'll do a little meditation. I'll do a little katha, and after that a few bhajans afterwards, and then we'll do arti. Everybody, please sit up a little bit. Straight your back. Regardless of where you're sitting, those at home as well. There's a lot of people online. Please sit upright. And we're going to do some dhyanam. This week in our children's classes, we started to teach the children a little about meditation. Chapter 6 of the Bhagavad Gita called Dhyan Yoga. And they were excited about it. I hope they're doing it. To Sarah, you do any meditation? Vishnu, you did meditation? You sure? You're hesitating a little bit. Govinda? All right. Anybody else? The kids are here? Divya, you did meditation? Okay. All right. Well, teaching the children is a very important thing. If you can be stable from a child, then stability will be your foundation. That is the key to this whole process. The first thing to do is to just be stable. Don't worry too much about what you see or what you don't see. Just try not to move. Straight back, neck in line with your spine. Relax your shoulders. Let your palms rest on your knees, facing upward. And do the Gyan Mudra, your thumb, index finger touching each other. The tip of the three fingers are straight. And we're going to look at the altar and choose one of the beautiful forms of the divine. And as you close your eyes, let that image be centered. Let it be at your... Panditji, phone band kar do. Center that image at the center of your forehead. We'll take some deep breaths, pranayam. Take deep breath internal with your nostrils, and then exhale through your mouth, chanting Om. Begin. महामृत्युंजय मंत्र। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षेमामृतातयो। त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षेमामृतातयो। त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षेमामृतातयो। नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालग्निकालाय कालग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदा शिवाय श्रीमन् महादेवाय नमो। महादेवाय नमः। Sit still. A few moments of silence, everyone. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। Please open your eyes, everyone. प्रेम से बोलो मापति महादेव की जय। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम. Very simple song, or a familiar song by everyone, I think. Let us sing together Ram's name this morning. बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम, 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 बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो जन्म सफल होगा रे बंदे, मन में राम बसा ले, मन में राम बसा ले। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम जय जय राम। ओ राम नाम के मोती को सांसों की माला बना ले, मन में राम बसा ले। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो श्री राम। हे राम पतित पावन करुणा कर और सदा सुख दाता। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। हो राम पतित पावन करुणा कर और सदा सुख दाता। सरस सुहावन अति मन भावन, राम से प्रीत लगा ले, मन में राम बसा ले। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। मोह माया है झूठा बंधन, त्याग उसे तू प्राणी। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। मोह माया है झूठा बंधन, त्याग उसे तू प्राणी। राम नाम की ज्योत जलाकर अपना भाग जगा दे। मन में राम बसा ले। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। ओ जन्म सफल होगा रे बंदे, मन में राम बसा ले। मन में राम बसा ले। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। हो बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। 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 ओ बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। 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 जन्म न सफल होगा रे बंदे, मन में राम बसा ले। Oh man, the song is saying, life's purpose will be achieved when we make Lord Ram's name, or when we take Lord Ram's name in our hearts. Continuously chant the name of the Lord. Ram Patit Pavan Karnakar. His holy name, the holy name of Ram is the ocean of mercy and the giver of everlasting happiness. Therefore, we need to always chant the Lord's name with the beauty of the good feeling from the mind. The devotee should delightfully embrace the Lord. And that is, of course, our topic this morning. There are 4 yugas. There are 4 yugas, which mean 4 ages. Hindus, you should know these basic things. Can anybody tell me which is the first yuga? Let's go to the younger one a little bit. See if you know these basic. What is the first yuga or the first age? This is basic Hinduism. First age is called Satyug, right? Satyug. What is the second age called? Kids, young people, what is it called? Anybody else? Called Treta Yuga. As a young Hindu, you know, you're supposed to be excited about this and raise your hands and say Treta Yuga. The third age is called what? Dwapar Yuga, and the last, which we are living, is called Kaliyuga. Now, what happened in Satyug? Who is known most in Satyug? Which one of the Lord, the incarnation of Bhagwan Narayan? Matsya Bhagwan. In Satyug, the first age, the Lord took the form of Matsya, which means the fish. In Treta Yuga, who is most famous in Treta Yuga? Anybody? Who's most famous in Treta Yuga? Lord Ram Bhagwan. And Dwapar Yuga, who is most famous? Shri Krishna. And in Kali Yuga, he's yet to come. He's called Kalki. There was this beautiful discussion in Ramayana. Ramayana is a very old text, you know. And it was a discussion between 2 vultures, Kak Basund and Garud. Garudji he went to Kagbasund. Well, Garudji is a big eagle, you know. He's the Garud Puran, you know, Garud Puran, the big eagle. He went to Lord Shiva and he says, Shivji, I want you to tell me about the greatness of Ram. Because my Lord, Vishnu, he came as Ram. I want to know about his greatness. Bhagwan Shivji says, well, I can tell you about his greatness, but I don't speak the vulture language. I don't know your eagle language. You will probably understand some, but if you go to this great vulture called Kagbasund, he will tell you all about the greatness of Ram. So Garuji took off. He went to a particular mountain, and the great big vulture, the eagle, Kagbasunda, he's retired, he's calm, he's peaceful. He sits and he's always muttering, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. So Garuji flies in now and says, Kagbasund, tell me about the greatness of Ram. I want to know about him. So what happens? Kagbasund starts to narrate. And in the process of narrating his life and everything, he talks about the 4 ages. It's very important to understand the 4 ages. Well, Panditji, we're living in Kaliyuga. What we need to know about Satyuga and Treta and Dwapar, those gone already. Well, we never know. You know, you have to understand what occurred in those ages, so you'll know how blessed or not so blessed we are to be in this age of Kaliyuga. Kagbasund is telling Garuji, in those 4 ages, how people were able to elevate. And in Satyuga, what will help us to elevate the most. We are the most elevated being, right? We can say that. We're the most elevated being from a physical perspective. But behavior-wise, I sincerely doubt that. We have to learn a lot from the vultures and the creatures behavior-wise. We'll talk about that. So, he starts to narrate now what happened in the 4 ages, what was responsible in the 4 ages for men and women to elevate. These beautiful Chaupais will tell us a little bit, and it will help you understand as well what we were supposed to do or what we are supposed to do in Kaliyuga to elevate ourselves. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Ram, Siya Ram, हो कृत युग सब योगी विज्ञानी, कृत युग सब योगी विज्ञानी, करी हरि ध्यान तरहि भव प्राणी। राम सिया राम, जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम, जय जय। ओ त्रेता विविध यज्ञ नर करही, त्रेता विविध यज्ञ नर करही, प्रभु ही समर्पी कर्म भव तरही। राम सिया राम, जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम, ओ द्वापर करी रघुपति पर पूजा, द्वापर करी रघुपति पर पूजा, नर भव तरहि पाउन दूजा। राम सिया राम, जय जय राम। राम सिया राम, ओ कलियुग केवल हरि गुण गाहा, कलियुग केवल हरि गुण गावत नर पावहि भव तारा। सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम। ओ राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम All of you have a Ramayana in your home, I hope, or most of you do. This is in Uttarakhand, from Doha 102 coming down. Doha 102. Very important to remember. It tells you about the feature, the characteristics of the 4 yugas. Right? Uttarakhand, Doha 102 coming down. Krita Jug. I'm going to ask you some questions. This is how I was raised as a young Pandit. I grew up with the older folks. So what the older Pandits will do, they'll give a katha and they'll tell you at the end of the katha, I'm going to ask questions. And if you get the questions right, you get extra parsa to carry home. Right? And extra parsa those times mean a lot, you know. Because that's what we go for. We go for Mambhog. So, Krita Juga Sab Yogi Vigyani Kari Hari Dhyan Tarahi Bhav Prani. Krita Yug, listen carefully, Krita Yug is another name for Satyug. Krita Yug is another name for Satyug. So maybe the question I'll ask at the end is, what is another name for Satyug? All the kids, are you listening? Hey, bend on your head like you want to sleep. Come on, raise it up. All the old people, our heads are up like this. All the young people are like, they want to just relax. Straighten your head, man. Sit down straight. You're young people. What happened? Satyug, then other name for it is Krita Yug. In the Satyug, Kakba Sundin saying, what happened in Satyug? How did men elevate themselves? In Satyug, everyone was possessed of mystic power and wisdom. They were very mystical people. They had tremendous amount of wisdom, the pure age. In that age, men and women, they crossed the ocean of birth and death by meditation. Krita Juga Sabha Yogi Vigyani. The book is saying this. Sabha Yogi, everybody was a yogi in that time. Yogi means you're a meditator. Not a book yogi. Today people are reading books and turning yogi. Not a book yogi, but a yogi of the divine. What is a yogi? A yogi is someone who is in tune with life and who accepts life as it is. Who accepts life? Yogi, the word yoga means union. Yogi is one who accepts and who understands the unity of the mind, the body, and the intellect. When your body is here and your mind is somewhere else, you're not a yogi. When your body is here but your thoughts are elsewhere, you're not a yogi. A yogi is someone who is in union. Everything is united. And who sees life as it is. There are some diseases going around right now. What are you going to do about it? You're going to stress and call everybody and stress them out more about it? Or do you see it as it is? There's COVID, there still is COVID. Now there's monkeypox. I only know about chickenpox. Now there's another pox called monkeypox. What are you going to do about it? You be safe, you wear your mask, you wash your hands, you take care of yourself. Monkeypox come or not come, we'll deal with it. A yogi is one who sees life as it is. And in that age, in the Satyug, people were all yogis. They were all in tune with life and in tune with themselves. In the Treta Yug, Treta Vividha Jagya Karahi Prabhuhi Samaripi Karma Bhavatarahi. This beautiful Chaupai Uttarakhand says. In the Treta Yug, men and women, they performed sacrifices of various kinds. Yagya. Treta Vividha Yagya Narakarahi. They perform yagya. All kinds of yagyas were done in the Treta Yug. And that is how men and women in Treta Yug, they stayed peaceful and happy. Right? They stayed peaceful. Peace and happiness was not a goal then. Today, if you ask a person, what is your goal in life? They say, my goal in life is to be peaceful. listen to this. My goal in life is to be peaceful. Goal means, what goal means? Something to be achieved. My goal in life is to be peaceful. My goal in life is to be happy. It means from here to there, you want to achieve that. What about now? Don't you want to be peaceful now? Today you have to be peaceful. This evening you have to be peaceful. When you're eating your food, you have to be peaceful. Otherwise your food, your digestive system will make the food poison and makes it food poison. In Treta Yuga, men and women performed yajna. Right? Shiv yajna, Ram yajna, Krishna yajna, Bhagavad yajna. Every time they do yajna, that is how they attain the peace. And they dedicate their actions in that age to God. Nothing was done for themselves. Just like when you were coming in, you see a whole bunch of men outside. They are working tirelessly throughout the week, throughout the weekends, to do so many work. None of them gets paid, none of them gets recognized. That is their seva is their actions. In Treta Yuga, people did that. In Dwapar Yuga, Tulsidas ji says, Dwapar kari raghupati pad puja nava bhavatarahi upaya na duja. In the Dwapar age, men and women, they have no other experience than the ritual of Raghunath feet. Satyug, Treta, Dwapar. This is an age of Krishna. They worship Bhagwan Ram. They worship Bhagwan Ram so much. Raghupati Kar Puja. Puja was there. They did Murti Puja, this Puja, and that is how they attained the divine. And Kaliyuga. What is that thing that in Kaliyuga that will help you to ascend? Kaliyuga keval Hari gun gaha Gavat nar pavahi bhav. In this age, Kaliyuga Keval. Keval means alone. Keval means alone. Hari Gunagaha. Gun means the virtues. Gaha means, this is Avadi language, Gaha means Gavo, to sing. In the age of Kaliyuga, what will help men and women to rise above the level that they are living is to sing the name and only the name and chant the name and only the name and talk the name and only the name of Hari Gunagaha, of Bhagwan Shri Hari, of Lord Himself. Gavat narapa vahi bhavataha. By merely chanting the name of the Lord, whether it's the Devi or the Devatas or Hanumanji or Ram Krishna, whether it's Shivaji or not, by merely chanting their name in this age of Kali Yuga, men and women will ascend. They will live a life above the animals. Kali Yuga Yoga na yajna na jnana ek adhar Ram gun gana. It is okay to perform yajna, to perform puja. Those things are important. Puja and yajna and katha, those are the foundations of your life. But after you leave the puja, the katha and the satsang, and you go outside of the world, do not forget, Ek Adhar Ram Gunagana. There is one name that is going to keep you, your frame of mind intact, keep your level of sanity intact, and that is the name of Ram, the name of the Lord. Ek Adhar Ram Gunagana. In Kali Yuga, austerity, sacrifice, spiritual wisdom, they are of some help. But the only hope in this lifetime is the name of Ram Bhagwan, is the name of Ram Bhagwan. And that is why I always tell you, chant Ram's name. Do not chant the wrong name. You understand what I'm saying? Call God's name, Ram's name, not the wrong name. Because I think we have misinterpreted this a little bit. Ask yourself, when the day is out, how many times you call upon Ram? Bharat, his big brother, Bharat says that even when you break your skin or you yawn or you get up and you say Jai Shri Ram, or you stump your toe or you say Jai Shri Ram, the Lord will listen to you. Even if you say it halfway, even the Lord will listen to you, because He understands what you mean more than what you say. So in this age of Kali Yuga, Ram Nam, the name of God, is superior to all activities. And he talks about Kaliyuga. Kaliyug samjug ani nahi, jo nar kar visvaj. Kaliyug samyug an nahi, jo nar kar viswas. Gai ram gun gan vimal, bhavatar vinahi prayas. Gai ram gun gan vimal, भवतर बिनहि प्रयास सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय। हो प्रगत चारि पर धर्म के, कलिमहु एक प्रधान। प्रगत चारि पद धर्म के, कलिमहु एक प्रधान। जैन केन विधि दीन है, दान करे कल्याण। जैन केन विधि दीन है, दान करे कल्याण। सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। Kaliyug samjug an nahi. Kakbasunji is saying that there is no other age like Kaliyug. There is no other age like Kaliyug. This age here is unique because this age here, you can either sink to the lowest level of life and you can rise to the highest level of life. In the other ages, there is only one choice. You could only go up. This age is very, very unique, Kaliyug. You can sink to the lowest level of life or you can rise to the highest level of life. This week here, we had a wedding. After 2.5 years of COVID, we had a wedding in the temple. I have to talk about this a little bit because it has to do with Kaliyug. And of course, you know what goes on in a West Indian wedding, right? Do I need to tell anybody that? Inside, puja is going on. Outside, what is going on? Exactly. Men in the car trunk drinking alcohol. Let's not hide about it. This does not reflect the people who hosted the wedding. They are very decent Hindus. They did their part in the temple. It's not their problem. I'm here at the temple, if you don't know, I'm here 7 days a week. 7 days a week I'm here, different hours, doing different things. Book walk, cleaning up, garbage, mopping up, listening, answering calls. Sometimes I'm working in my job and I'm here. I'm here 7 days a week. This is home for me. Right. So I came in, Thursday was the wedding, and I came in afternoon time. I was bringing my kids to classes because they do classes here. About 6:30. And there it was, there it was the guys were right outside here, opening their trunk next to the altar here. Drink, right? And I really don't get myself involved in this thing because the only thing I have in my life is my name, my good character. I don't have wealth, I don't have a lot of things, I have my name. So I don't really interfere with people to bring my name down. But I couldn't tolerate this. I went up to them and I said, "Sir, what you're doing here is wrong. First of all, you're breaking the laws of this country. You're breaking the bylaws of the city. You're not supposed to consume alcohol in public spaces like this. So that's number one. I know the laws too. We are a charity here, so we have to know certain things. You're drinking in public space. You have open alcohol in your car trunk. If I call the police right now, you go to jail. Right? Secondly, this is sacred grounds. This is sacred grounds. This is a Hindu temple. We do all the religious work here. We bless this land you know all the things that we do here. Have some respect now for what we do here. Can you do that? Can you have some respect? At least, can you suppress the thirst or your thirst for alcohol for a little bit? I don't care what you drink and what you eat. That's your business. I don't care. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't criticize you. But at least for the time you're here to bless the couple that are getting married so that they can begin their life. Can you suppress that? Close your trunk down and be decent? You know what was the answer? This is Kaliyuga. This is Kaliyuga. Right? Kaliyuga. So because it's Kaliyuga, the age of darkness, we have to be more dark than Kaliyuga. Because it's Kaliyuga where it is known that men and women will be tempted by the world, we have to go deeper below the level of Kaliyuga, right? You know, for that reason, we have a policy in this temple now. Unfortunately, we had to make this rule that we will never host Hindu weddings, West Indian weddings again. We have made that, years now we made that rule before COVID. It is an unfortunate thing for West Indian people. You know why? Two things. A lot of good people want to get married in the temple. Kids are growing up, they want to get married in the temple, but they won't. Because we got people coming and drink rum in the parking lot. Secondly, you know why it's so unfortunate? It's an income for the temple. You know, 15 weddings here a year, it's good for the temple. So we have to cut back on the income of the temple because people cannot put their animalistic behaviors away for a few hours. It's bad for us, right? Now, what have we done? We brought security here. We have paid security people riding around, walking around with a security badge. When you want to be an animal, you'll be an animal. Who security is here? God is here, then I respect God and I respect security outside. Right? So I like to rant a little bit about these things because I think that it is important that the community understands what we are going through, right? So when a gentleman said it's a Kaliyuga, I say, hey boy, what am I going to do? Argue with a drunk man? I'm not arguing with anybody. I walk and I went back in my office and I had online classes. Thursdays my online classes days. Did my classes and the people know that I was a bit ruffled. They saw it on my face, but what you gonna do? We live and breathe this place. We live for this place. So when people abuse it, you know, it takes a toll on you. What are you gonna do? You have to continue to do good. We have 2 weddings more to do this year. That's it. We're done, right? Will we make exceptions to do certain things? Of course. But it is unfortunate that because of our people, you know what happened when the white people come here? And the black people come here and the Muslim people come here to this temple for these weddings? You know what they do? They take off their shoes in front there. They put it on the shoe rack. They come in. They don't speak at the wedding. They sit on the floor. If they have to go to, they ask, am I breaking any rules? They come here, they sit with their spouse and their friends and they sit so quiet. The white people, the black people, the Muslim people, the Jewish people, because our weddings are like that now, they are the most well-behaved people. Our West Indian people, they'll harass the volunteers. You got to see what they did Sita the other day. Why do I have to take my shoes off to come in here? Well, you're a West Indian Hindu, don't you know that? Why do I have to sit on the ground? Why can't I sit in a chair? Don't you know that when you come to a Hindu temple, it is the best thing to do is to sit on the ground, except if you have pains and aches and so? You know those things, right? The West Indian people are the most difficult people to deal with at a wedding house. You gotta hear how much they insult us. So what are you gonna do? Stop weddings. Done. Cut off income from the temple. We're not gonna bring ourselves down to that. And they all blame it to Kaliyuga. It's a Kaliyuga. So because the age is dark, that's not enough. We have to make it darker. We have to make it darker. So forgive my little rant, but it works. Last week I ranted, what did I ranted about last week? Last week I ranted a little bit that the Hindus have forgotten the temple, they're on permanent vacation. This week the crowd multiplied by 10 times. Last week we had 3 people, this week we have over 30. So I'm going to rant a little bit more. Maybe next week we get a little more. It's good to see all of you. It is such a blessing to see people in the temple. Always. The crowds increased this, I have to be honest. People came out a little bit this week. So maybe they like to see Panditji a little bit upset. But it's important that you voice these things in a very decent way. You must always respect your dharma. Don't worry about vegetarian, non-vegetarian, alcohol. No. I've never tell people about those things. But when you come here, put away your needs for a little bit. Put away your needs for a little bit and behave yourself. When you go to a Hindu wedding, wherever you go, a Hindu wedding in the park or a banquet hall or wherever it is, your first and foremost responsibility is, you know that today is a Hindu wedding, you know tomorrow is a non-Hindu wedding. Prepare for tomorrow, no? No? You're at the Hindu wedding today, behave like a Hindu. Tomorrow you'll be a non-Hindu because the reception will happen. Right? You have the whole night to do that. You don't need to bring forward that behavior today. It's a little, I think it's a good thing. I don't go to receptions, but I think it's a good idea. Tomorrow you'll have enough time. Just enjoy yourself. Right? But don't make Kaliyuga darker than it is. To conclude this morning, Kag Basunji is telling Garuji about the 4 things in Kaliyuga, the 4 pillars of our dharma. Pragatachari pad dharma ke. This is Doha 103 of Uttarakhand. What are the 4 pillars of your dharma? You're a Hindu. What are the 4 pillars of your dharma? Right? You must know this. Pragatachari pad dharma ke kalimahu ek pradhan. Ho Rama kalimahu ek pradhan. Jain ken vidhi deen hai. दान करे कल्याण जैन केन विधिधीन है दान करे कल्याण सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय प्रगतचारी पर धर्म के our dharma has 4 pillars, 4 things that sustain our dharma. What are they? They are 1, satya. Satya means truthfulness. That's the first pillar. It's a foundation. The second is called daya, which means compassion. Maybe I'll ask these questions at the end. I don't know. The first is called satya, truth. The second is called daya, compassion. This is Ramayana. The third is called penance. No? Penance. And the fourth is called charity. You know, charity. So truth, compassion, penance, and charity. Doha 103 of the Ramayana of Uttarakhand. Pragatachari par dharma ke kalimahu ek pradhan. In this Kaliyug, one of them is superior to all 4 of them. Which one is it, you think? Is it truth that is superior, according to Tulsidas? Is it compassion that is superior? Is it penance that is superior? Or is it charity that is superior? Pragatachari par dharma ke kalimahu ek padan jena kena vididin hai. He said it is important to speak the truth. It is very important to do compassion. It is extremely important to have penance in life. Jena kena vididin hai. Lekin daan kare kalyan. Daan means charity. Daan kare kalyan. Charity in this age of Kaliyug is practiced or should be embraced more. Charity means to be charitable with everything that you have. Charitable with your time. Give your time to people. People sometimes just want to have your presence. You may upset a lot of people because you cannot be at every place at all the time, but that's okay. Give your words in charity. Speak nicely to people. Call up someone if you know they're in difficulty and they're open to talk. Just talk a little bit. Not to know their problems and to go tell anybody, but to just give them some solace. Be generous with your ears. Sometimes a lot of people, they will pay to go to a shrink only for the shrink to listen to them. You give them your ears. But make sure what goes in these ears does not come out of your mouth. You understand that? What goes in these ears doesn't come out of your mouth. Be charitable with your ears, because sometimes people just want to talk and they just want you to listen. Huh? They just want you to listen. Has everybody seen a movie with Tom Hanks? Where he was working at a company, a shipping company, and he was in a plane, the plane caught fire and in a storm. What a movie name? Huh? Castaway. Have you ever seen the movie Castaway? You should watch the movie Castaway. When Tom Hanks was cast away, he was just casted in and cast away in an island by himself. And he started to lose it. Why he started to lose it? Because he had no one to talk to. So he was working for the shipping company, and a whole bunch of things in the plane washed up on the island. So among the many things that washed up on the island was a ball. Spalding. What's his name? Spalding? Who? Wilson. There we go. Wilson. So Wilson is a particular brand of a ball. The ball washed up. And out of the ball, you know what he did? He made a face out of the ball. And he put a stick on it. And every day he named the ball Wilson because the brand name of the ball is Wilson. Wilson is a sport brand. And every day he'd talk to Wilson. He'd tell Wilson his problem. He'd talk to Wilson. He'd tell Wilson when he's happy. He'd tell Wilson when he's sad. And when he's going to make his final journey now to go away from the island he took Wilson with him. Wilson was his buddy. And that's how he found sanity. Because he created something out of a ball, put the eyes and a face on him, and he spoke to Wilson. Do not keep things internalized inside of you, my friends. Find someone who is able to listen to you and not tell anybody your business back, and talk to them about life. Tell them your problems, share your happiness with them. You must be generous. In Kaliyuga, charity ranks supreme. When you're able to be charitable with your time, your words, your wealth, or whatever you have, it ranks supreme. I want to thank all of you, by the way. You were very charitable. Well, not all of you, but as you know, this year the mandir is going through major renovations and upgrades. You probably came in, you see some of the things happening out there, all done by volunteers. We're doing upgrades on all the stairs. We have to put in the flagstone. So we're trying to raise money for those things. When we were putting the flagstone here, we needed labor, we needed materials. So we're going to fund the materials. But we quoted the labor and it came into so much money. The volunteers of this temple, the men, they put their resources together, their skills together, and they're doing that entrance for us free of cost. I think we have to clap for them. Free. Thousands of dollars of labor. Now when that is finished, that is like the experiment, phase. We have 2 more stairs to make. I'm going to reach out to people and say, if you want to fund it, please do so. The pillars outside on the fences, all of that, stones will be put in on that. We've already purchased the stones. It's going to be done by the volunteers of this temple. They're very charitable people. We had 4 lawnmowers, all broke down because people brought their garage stuff and they give us, all broke down. Tuesday I appealed. I said I want 2 families to give us 2 lawnmowers. I'm very thankful to Uncle Beam and Auntie Lalita. They purchased 1 lawnmower for us. So today, as you probably will see, the lawn will be cut. So we have 1 more lawnmower to purchase. The only cost is $500. I'm sure when I'm finished here, somebody's going to text me and they say, Panditji, I'm going to purchase a 2nd lawnmower for the temple for $500. People are very generous. And we have to be thankful for that, because charitable causes in this age is important. I'm not saying these things because it is in the benefits of the temple. People feel when they give, sometimes, it's to please the Panditji or the temple. You are giving to purify your soul and to help yourself grow. So thank you all for what you do. As you know, Panditji, phone band kar, ye service mein hai, band kar phone. So you have to know that everything we do in this temple, the cleaners who clean this temple are volunteers. The receptionists are volunteers, the executives are volunteers, the maintenance team are volunteers. Every single person, they're volunteers in this temple. And that is the greatest form of charity you can give. We're so proud of that model that we have of volunteers. And that is why I have to spend the time here, because we have to motivate them. I want to thank all the volunteers of this temple who does charitable work for the cause of their dharma. I'm so very proud of all of you. And to all those who can't volunteer, but you give so much in abundance, you give your time, you give your money, may Bhagwan bless all of you. You go buy the land more? All right. Thank you, Auntie Baby. Bless you always. Auntie Baby is always very, very responsive to the temple. She's a senior, by the way. Just lost her husband. We were there to do the funerals and the ceremonies for her, support her family, and now she has volunteered to give the lawn more. Thank you so much, Auntie Baby. Bhagwan's blessings to you always. Huh? Yeah. No problem. We know to get it. Thank you so much. Okay. That's okay. Exactly. So thank you all for coming out this morning, everyone. We've talked about what? What is the next name for Satyug? Anybody? Which was the second name for Satyug? Kritayug. Good, very nice. How many pillars are there for Dharma? 4. How many? 4. Name me one pillar, Vishnu. One pillar for Dharma. All right. Charity, exactly. If you don't remember that one, something wrong. What is another pillar for Dharma? Any one of the kids? No. One pillar for Dharma. There are 4 pillars. One of them is penance. The next one is? Truth. Oh, I just give away one, penance. There is one, truth, and there is charity. So truth, compassion, penance, charity. These are the 4 things that are holding our Dharma up. Don't let go of any of them. You are the bearer of our Dharma. You are the bearer of our Dharma. So don't give up any one of them. What works best in Kaliyuga? In Satyug, people prayed and they do the yagya and things like that. What works best in Kaliyuga? Charity, but in terms of prayers, the name of God. Remember, in Satyug, people had mystic powers. In Treta Yuga, they did this. But in Kali Yuga, the name of Rama is good enough. Thank you all so much for being here. And we're so happy to see all of you this morning and those online as well. Thank you for being here as well. Auntie Data, I want to say welcome to you this morning. She's visiting from Florida. And she's made a time to come join us this morning for the service at the temple. Bhagwan's blessings to all of you. We'll have 2 bhajan while we prepare for Aarti. Dr. Chabi, please sing a bhajan for us before we do service. And he always sings nice old bhajans at the temple. And then who didn't sing? Shavi, you sing? You can sing after that too. After Dr. Chabi, Shavi will sing, and then we will do Aarti. No.
Kata is so beautiful. It reminds me so much of the older pandits, Very beautiful. We gotta find one. Take a couple bits.
You want Shavi sing first then?
Okay,
maybe?
yes.
Okay. Shavi, you sing first, then Dr. Shavi will sing. While that, we're preparing Aarti and.
जो तुम तन
Pandit Bhavan, go slow with me here. I don't sing too often, so sometimes I'm out of tune.
No.
Hari Raghubar ke, Hari Raghubar ke, Hari Raghubar ke, Hari Raghubar ke, Shri Ramayana ki, Hari Raghubar ke, Shri Ramayana ki, Hari Raghubar ke, 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 Ramayana ki, Hari Raghubar ke. Hari O Rama Milana Kabaho Sinisawala Gahare Hari O Rama Milana Kabaho Sinisawala Hare Hari O Rama Milana Kabaho Sinisawala Gahare Hari O Rama Milan Kabaho Sinisawala Gahare Biriya gawa biriya depi biriya gawa biriya depi bhavate bandu chale bhavate bandu chale sinisawala gahare Hari O Rama Milana Baho Sinisawala gahare Hari O Rama Milana Kabaho Sinisawala gahare Veda Purana Ganga Banjale Veda Purana Ganga Banjale Papa Habandu Bhaye Papa Habandu Bhaye Anisawala Hare Hari O Rama Milan Kabaho Sinisawala Gahare Hari O Rama Milan Baho Sinisawala Hare Papana se me jiwana India Papana se me jiwana India Bhajana ke bhoga bhaye Bhajana स्वागत त्रिशूल विजय जगत स्वागत त्रिशूल विजय ये तो कब राम मिले ये तो कब राम मिले तीन सवाला हरे हरियो राम मिल न कब हो तीन सवाला हरे हरियो राम मिलन कब हो तीन सवाला हरे या भजु रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय अयोध्या रामचंद्र की जय श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Thank you very much, Panditji. It's always a challenge to find a song to sing for you, you know. Very beautiful kata you read.
Very nice.
I always listen to your kata every time, you know. You remind me so much of the older pandits that we grew up with. It's really a refreshment to come to service.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Javi. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. All right. We stand for Aarti, but tomorrow we have Shivji Puja. Please come on out. And then Tuesday, Hanuman Puja. Friday, Durga Ma Puja. Let's stand for Aarti, everyone. Sorry, just a quick reminder. On June 18th, we have our walkathon. So you can register online for this, bhawanishankarmandir.com/walk. Please, I want to see all of you to that event. Make a donation of $20 and walk with us. Thank you. Om yani karni cha papani janmantarkritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshinam pade pade.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Janon ke sangat Das Janon ke sangat Shan mein dur kare
शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्याद्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो गणपति भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सियाभज रामचंद्र की, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। जगदम्बिका माता की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये। हर 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 महादेव शंभो। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको जय जय सीताराम। So nice to see all of you again. Tremendously happy to see you in the temple. Please continue to come on out on your regular services at the temple. And again, reminding all of you, our walkathon, I know I didn't talk about it, 18th of June. We don't have forms and so going around. You just have to go on the website, bhanishankar.money.com/walk and register that you're coming and make your donation as well. Love to see all of you. And on the 26th of June, we have our Havan as well, our Mrityunjay Havan, 12 hours, starting from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. You're free to register there as well to come on out. Thank you all so much.